Now let's get into the practical side of calculating zakat. So I prepared a sheet, as I mentioned. I'm going to quickly go to that sheet and show you how this works. Again, these numbers are just made up numbers. I made them for easier reference so that we can walk them through. So at the top here is basically kind of a summary that gives me what's happening in the sheet. So this is the zakat due. This whole zakat due, it sums up from different portions here. Fitra due. Now fitra, you have to see the region you're living in and what the ulama have told you is the amount. But remember, that's the minimum amount. Usually fitra should be given based on your own money, not money, but the food that you eat. So if someone eats like 2 times a day in McDonald's, they can give McDonald's as a fitra for one person. But someone who eats like, let's say, steaks, and they could give steaks. I mean, it all depends. If someone who just eats like once a day, they only, you got my point. It's basically depending on your own personal status as well. However, there's a minimum. You shouldn't go below than that, right? So, for instance, here I've just put in like 500. Now, the currency, I mean, you're open to use it. It's of course depending on what currency you want to use. But for instance, in this calculation, I've tried to do it from Pak rupees, right? So I've used that as a currency, and I've put down 500. 500 is not the fitra, the minimum fitra that's been dictated. This is higher than that. But just to show you that for 2 people, you multiply them by 500, and so that's basically how you calculate the fitra, right? So you put the fitra in. It's up to you. If you don't want to, you can do this calculation separately as well. But here I'm just including it here so that you have everything in one place that you want. And there's other sadaqah as well. Like let's say where you decide for someone who's not fasting for some reasons, they were sick or whatever, they cannot make it up, or you just want to give sadaqah. And because Ramadan is a good opportunity as well to give more sadaqah, and so you can include that as well. Now this is the other amount here is in red. You see is the less already paid. So you can pay zakat earlier as well. So like for instance, so for zakat, there should be a whole year, right? Now that year is just for the nisab. That's a very important thing to keep in mind. Zakat is not each and every source of your income or every amount should have 1 year passed in it. What is important is the amount equivalent to the nisab has to have a whole year to be passed on it. Okay, so that 85 grams equivalent value should have 1 year passed on it. That's it. So for instance, like let's say today's date is May 21st. Last year, so it's also important that shouldn't be the Gregorian or the normal calendar we use, but the Islamic calendar. So let's say that today is Ramadan 28th, right? My zakat is due on the 9th. I'm just doing my calculation today, 1 day before, so that I have the numbers, and then I can give it out by or complete it by tomorrow and pay it out. So Ramadan 28 is one I'm going to actually, doing it right now. But last year of Ramadan, let's say Ramadan 28th of the 1440 Hijrah, is when I basically starts my year, and now it's complete. So for 1 year, the amount I had for Nisab, that's my Nisab. That makes me basically now eligible to pay zakat. Now that I'm eligible to pay zakat, at this date of Ramadan 29th, that's the one I'm saying is going to be my whole year complete. So Ramadan 29th is when I'm going to pay zakat on everything. Okay, so if my nisab was, I'm just giving you an example, right? Let's say for instance, my nisab was 50,000, right? But in my bank account, I've got 100,000. So, but that 50,000 was there for the whole year, right? But then the remaining 50,000 came in just like 2 days before my year completing. I will still pay 2.5% on the whole 100,000. Okay, so the 50,000 or the nisab makes me eligible for zakat, but the actual amount I'm going to pay is going to be on everything. Okay, so instance, if I've paid throughout the year, as I said, because people have cash flow issues as well, you can sometimes not take out so much amount and start paying quickly. And also during the year people come to you, or you become aware of people who need money and who need help and assistance. So it's always better to pay out. You don't have to wait till Ramadan just for the sake of extra rewards, because if Allah wants, He can reward you at that time as well. That is not just restricted to Ramadan, right? So you pay that 100,000, right? I mean, sorry, pay that 1,000. You've already paid that 1,000, and you can take that out from here. Now, because you paid that 1,000 earlier, it has reduced your cash, but you need to. If that 1,000 was in your account, you'll see the calculation. If that 1,000 was in your account, you would have paid additional zakat on it. You see? So it's basically kind of like if I've had 10,000 that I paid in zakat, like let's take this number. I have 1,000, right? So 1,000 I paid in zakat. Now, if this 1,000 was sitting in my account, right? In my account, my bank balance would be more. So let's say my balance right now is 10,000, but with this 1,000, it would be 11,000. And then on that 11,000, I would have calculated my zakat. But because I had paid this 1,000, that 1,000 gone from my account. So now I'm calculating zakat on 10,000. So I need to also bring back that zakat in, right? So that 2.5% needs to go back in. Okay. So so that's because the whole purpose of paying zakat. Just because you paid zakat earlier does not mean that that zakat should be reduced later on from the whole amount, right? That portion of the zakat. And so then this will give you the outstanding. And let's say on 29th you pay in I don't know, you say I'll pay 10,000. So then this is a lot that's for the ongoing that you need to pay. You can pay this after when it's due. So ideally you should try to do it as soon as possible. Like when it's due, let's say Ramadan 29, your zakat is due, you should start paying it. Now on the right hand side, you'll see over here, I've got some currency rates. So sometimes people have different bank accounts, like in different foreign currencies. Sometimes they do transaction different foreign currencies. I've just kept here USD and Pak rupees. So and just put the rate. So the rate is, you can get this rate from online foreign currency websites. Wanda is one I use. You can also get from newspapers, whatever. I mean, you can get this number easily, and you use that number for your calculation. If you have any foreign currency bank accounts or any transactions and all that. Then I've also put the gold rate. Similar, you can put on the silver rate or the jewelry. I'll get to it as a bit, but gold rate again. This is the rate, as you can see. It's in Pak rupees, and it's per gram, you can say. So so that's the gold rate. Again, you get it online, whatever, and you can put it in as well, because that's going to be used. So these are basically kind of my master data, or my data that's not going to change. I need to just put in once, and then the whole sheet basically picks it up from here.